Okay, guys. I'm sorry. I have been gone for almost a month. I did post a podcast with John, but I filmed that in like June, and it's July now. But besides that, we're in episode 7, and I have a very special guest with me. I've been excited on having this fine young gentleman on the podcast for a while now. Guys, we have Nate Salas. Say what's up, Nate.
All right, what's up, guys?
Yeah, we're super stoked, dude. Nate, I just want you to know I'm so excited to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Dude, I just want to let's just hop right into it.
Let's do it.
I just start off with the podcast talking about the student athlete aspects of my guests. I haven't had, if you believe this or not, I haven't had a guest who hasn't done a sport before.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do when I don't have them. Like, I don't know what's your favorite video game to play? Like, I don't know what it's gonna come down to, but so far it's been so good. So you play basketball, correct?
I do, yeah.
And you play with Sean Mangan, who we've had on the podcast
Absolutely,
before.
Sean
How you
Mangan's
like
my
Sean?
guy.
Sean's
Dude, I love
man.
Sean.
You know, he's in Europe right now. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Only
He's been there for what now? Like 2
a
weeks?
month. I don't know.
It feels like he's been gone forever.
I miss him. I haven't seen him all summer. Can't wait for him to come back. But besides the point, you play basketball now. How long have you been playing basketball for?
Dude, I've been playing basketball since I think I was 6, and I'm about to be 18, so...
11
So
years?
just about like 11?
7 or 17? Nope.
Wait,
I screwed that up.
that's like
12
11, 12 years.
12
yeah.
years. Okay.
Yeah.
How did I get 17 years?
Dude.
I got twisted. Okay. That's crazy, dude. So, did you like try other sports and then basketball clicked, or was it something your dad like kind of beat into you, or like?
No,
what was the
actually, my
situation?
dad he tried to beat into me soccer.
Oh, really?
So I used to do I was like a duo sport guy. I would go do like basketball practices like 3 days a week, and then go do soccer practice another 2 days a week.
That's crazy.
So my schedule was all filled, and then my dad's from Guatemala, so he was like big on soccer.
Okay, yeah, it's big there, huh?
Yeah, so that was like their sport. So he tried to press it into me, but I fell in love with basketball from the moment I grabbed the ball, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Soccer just no offense to any of the soccer players out there, but I think soccer just like, I don't know, dude. It just
it's
sucks.
boring to me.
It was boring to me. I just
it's
couldn't.
personal preference at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
You know?
And so
yeah, that's crazy. So you've been playing since you were 6. When did it start getting like? Was there ever a point where has it always been just fun, or was there ever a point where it's like, okay, I kind of want to like get into it or like make it a passion of mine or something like that? Was there like a point where that kind of switched?
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe when I was like, I think I was 11, I was kind of in the beginning, I was stuck kind of doing maybe like the YMCA type basketball, like that rec league type stuff. And then I had a teammate who he went to play for some bigger kind of club that was bigger as in like it's just out of the YMCA, which is big for all of us.
It's like the big leagues.
Yeah.
Compared to YMCA, right?
Yeah, it was like AAU and stuff, and I was like, dude, what's that? And he was like, you should come try out. So I went and tried out, and the coach really liked me, and I was like,
let's go.
And so I was 11, and I was like, man, this is fun. I started playing at a competitive level, and when I was 13, I played for one of like the top clubs in Los Angeles, and
that's crazy.
I knew a lot of guys that are going to college now. Some of the top like recruits for college, they were on my team.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Like there's
so,
some guys like
you're like
Nico
looking
Mannion.
at like what's going on. You're like, dude, I know that kid and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I used to play against LaMelo Ball all the time.
Way.
Like the Ball family, I would see them all the time
That's
playing
insane.
at like the tournaments I was at. So
and so you said you played in LA?
Yeah.
Were you living there at the time?
Yeah, I was born in LA, and
crazy.
I moved to San Diego when I was 13. So I'd only played with that club for about a year, and we moved here, and I was trying to commute back and forth, trying to still get all
that's rough.
that stuff. And so I would go to LA twice a week for the 2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive back, and then a couple months
and that
into
was just
our
for
move,
practices?
just for practices, and then I would go up for tournaments on the weekend. But it just got kind of too much, and so I had to quit that team, which was a bummer because I love those guys, you know.
Oh, I bet,
I support them to this day, you know. It kind of sucks that some of them get to go play college ball, and I'm just kind of like
sitting back.
I'm just kind of sitting back watching them, you know. But you know, I love those guys to death, man. You know, I got their back, and I always support them till the end, man.
Do you think there's like a mood change with the atmosphere between a team that's like not as developed compared to a team that's like super developed?
Oh, absolutely. I think that when you play with a team that's like you said, more developed, it brings out the best characteristics in you. But I also feel like there are like pros and cons, you know, like sometimes there might be better players that kind of like take all the glory away, even if you're a good player. But then
like the puck hog or the ball hog.
But then if you're like on like, let's say like a not as developed team, your leadership skills show the most there, and you kind of shine more. But then again, you're maybe not winning as many games as you like.
Or developing as much skill.
Yeah, there's like pros and cons, and especially like playing with good teams, you're getting better. But if you're playing decent, average, mediocre teams, you're kind of staying the same and not really like
not
building
your skills and stuff.
Yeah,
like
so that was kind of
like
the issue I had when I moved to San Diego, which, I mean, I'm not going to say I was amazing at basketball, but I think that in a sense, I feel like I've always told my dad this, that like I felt like I would have had a better opportunity to maybe shine more, get a bigger
and get higher up there. If you
if we hadn't moved to San Diego. I mean, I love San Diego. I think,
for sure.
But I think that LA definitely that's the land of opportunity, right? Exactly. That's what it's known for.
Yeah.
So there's kind of pros and cons with, you know, playing on a good team, playing on a bad team, but you know, you just gotta live with what life throws at you.
Hey, everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, like, what happens, you know?
Exactly.
What do you think is the hardest thing to master? Maybe not master. I feel like master's too authoritative. Just like the hardest thing to improve the skill with in basketball.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Sense.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no, it
whether
does.
It's dribbling, shooting, like, what do you think is like the hardest thing to really improve on?
Man, I think the hardest thing is probably going to be your shooting.
Okay.
Because I feel like you can. Honestly, they're all probably equally as tough to. Because like you're dribbling the ball a ton, you gotta work on your speed. That's because like it's not just like stuff with the basketball. You gotta work on yourself. You gotta go running. You gotta, you know, get in the gym, the weight room,
footwork,
and all that stuff. All like that stuff. You gotta work on your speed. But I feel like shooting is just, it's all a mental game because you're shooting and you're just kind of like, you gotta get in that rhythm in your mind. So you gotta have like a shooter's mindset, or if you miss a shot, you have to forget about it immediately.
Yeah.
And that's always the hardest thing because you shoot, you miss,
you're, like,
in the game you're like,
and stuff.
Dang, bro,
and
like
that gets to your head though.
Yeah, but you gotta let it not get to your head, and that's the toughest thing. So I feel like shooting, in a sense of your mental, the mental aspect of it is the toughest part to I think handle. And I also think that maybe in a game like I don't know, you're on the line, you're shooting free throws, you're down by 2. There's like 2 seconds left. You got the crowd yelling at you. You got to be able to shut all that stuff out. So I feel like basketball is a physical game, but it's also a mental game as well.
Okay, yeah,
for sure. What I mean?
Yeah, I see that.
And it's tough, you know. Sometimes you got to learn to handle both, and it's not always easy. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about like the biggest transfer from being like a player who's doing a sport just for fun compared to one who's doing one that's actually like has a passion for it and wants to get further in it is definitely that mental improvement and working on the mental aspect of each game. And
absolutely,
I feel like a lot of people forget that part of of a sport. It's like a sport requires not only just athletics, but you got to understand what you're doing out there on the basketball court, fields, whatever you're playing on, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's move on to sports because I don't want to bore people too much.
Yeah.
You work at TILLYS, don't you?
I do.
That's crazy, dude. TILLYS is like, I've grown up with TILLYS and like going there and like.
Me too. I've been going to
with
TILLYS
all the middle schoolers and just like.
Ever since I was old enough to go in the boys section, I was shopping at TILLYS, and now it feels like I've moved my way out of boys and the men's.
You've adulted.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
But it's fun to work there, you know.
Oh, of course. So I just want to know, like, overall, how long have you been working there? How do you like working there? And what is the craziest experience you've had working there so far?
All right. Yeah. So I started working at TILLYS when I was 15. So I'm about to be 18, so almost 3 years. But I'm
at the same TILLYS.
Yeah, but I'm seasonal though, so I work summers and then I'll take school off and work a few shifts in there. But it's more seasonal than anything.
Like during winter.
Winter, I might go back Black Friday, something like that, when they need employees. But most of the time, I'm seasonal for the summer. Mm-hmm. So this is my 3rd summer there, and so I mean I enjoy it. It's so fun. I think I've kind of been one of the more consistent employees that have kind of stayed there, you know, because we have people that come and go. And like I've seen new people come in the beginning of one summer and then I don't see them the next summer.
It's next summer.
Yeah, and but I feel like the people who do stay there, it's a tight knit group.
It's a good group.
Yeah, like we can get along with the managers. Like we'll go get like frozen yogurt at the end of a shift and stuff,
fun,
and like
yeah.
it's fun. You know, we build like a little family
Little
almost
group, for sure.
and it's fun. It's fun. You know, I get to see the kids that are like when I was kind of getting into
you
boys.
You see the mirror,
like, dude, like that was me.
You,
like,
yeah.
Not that it feels like not that long ago, and you know, it's cool to see, you know, kids, you know, get happy, but it's also kind of like you see the different aspects of it. You see the happy kids that are grateful for what they get. We also see the brats that are like your parents are like the parents will be like, yeah. Like I remember I think this actually goes into my craziest experience when it was my first shift there, 15 years old.
That's crazy.
I had just learned how to put people in fitting rooms, and some really rich dad came in with his 3 sons. And I was hustling. This was when, like, cause like I feel like when you start working there, you like take everything super seriously.
Yeah, you're trying hard.
You're trying really hard. But like,
sure.
you know, I felt like now it's kind of like different. Like I'm more chill. Like I'll go and talk to the people, have fun with them. But before I was like super stiff, and I was like, how's your day going? What can I get for you? You know, you want me to go open
really
up a fitting room?
it.
Yeah, but
try to get them to say your name at the register.
Yeah, and
right?
I'm like, oh, my name's Nate, by the way.
Yeah,
and then like 5 minutes later, like, hey, I'm Nate.
Nate.
You know, not Nick. I'm Nate.
Yeah, Nate.
You know?
Don't forget.
And like. It was crazy because that day they came in and they were like looking for everything. They wanted shorts, pants, shirts, hoodies, shoes,
they were just stocking
everything.
up.
And at the end of I helped them for like at least an hour and a half.
It's crazy.
And they spent $950 on their 3 kids. And like, if you know TILLYS, like TILLYS is expensive, but they have deals too. So like,
for sure.
You'll go in there expecting to spend like $200, and you'll spend like $120. You know, so you kind of get that little like wiggle room.
Off. Yeah.
But to spend like $960, you gotta ball out in TILLYS, and that's not easy.
No.
And
especially for only 3 little children.
Yeah, and like it was crazy because like, and I got the sale, and I remember my manager was like, "You just got like a $960 sale on your first day." So they put me on like the TILLYS Instagram and stuff, like the one we have for like our district. I was like, let's go. So it's like a picture of me and like a receipt.
That's so nice.
That's super long. It felt like it was longer than my body, dude. And like it just says like it's my first day with like a $960 sale.
Yeah.
That was probably the craziest experience for me, man. But
that's
like
insane.
It ties into so many things though. Like TILLYS itself is just kind of crazy because like they're just weird people that kind of come in. We got the cool people, but we also got the weird people.
Because it's
like,
doors open. So
yeah,
like,
you know, like, and we're not
in.
one of those stores that like we decline service to whoever we want. Like, no, we accept service to everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I don't know, like, I feel like one of the craziest another crazy thing that kind of happened, it was like a week ago. There was like a girl that came in, and I'm not gonna say she's ugly.
Yeah,
you know? But I'm not gonna say she's like super hot either, you know?
Okay, yeah, for
and
sure.
like she came in and like she saw me, kind of talked a little bit, and it was like really weird. Like, and I don't like talk to customers as if they're my friends. You know, I'll never like try and build that relationship.
Because you're still working.
I'm trying to keep it like professional.
For sure,
you know what I mean? And like she came in like the next day, like asking for me, and I'm like, how's it going? You know? And she like came to return an item, but like she stayed longer than she should have.
To return an item.
Yeah, like, and I'm at the cash register sometimes because that's where they like to have me. And like she came in and she was like, "Oh, you were here yesterday." I'm like, "Yeah,
you remember me?"
Yeah. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm here to like return this item." I'm like, "All right," and I returned it. She's like, "So like, how was your day yesterday?" And I'm like, "Oh, it was good, yeah." And then she's like, "So like, what are you doing? Like, what time are you off today?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not too sure." She's like, "Oh, by the way, I work at like the poke restaurant, like couple doors over." I was like, "That's cool."
What a coincidence.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Well, if you want to like come stop by and say hi," I was like, "Yeah, maybe." And she was like, "Yeah, like when do you usually go?" I was like, "Oh, it just depends." She's like, "Well, I work weekends," and in my mind, I'm like, "I'm never going to a poke restaurant on a weekend,
Saturday, or Sunday."
And so yeah, it's weird. Like I don't know. It's weird because like I never expected it when I worked there to get hit on.
Yeah.
But and this doesn't happen frequently, but it happens here and there, and I'm like. I'm not about it, you know. I'm like, I'm trying to work, you know.
Just let me do my job.
Yeah, and like I've never hit on a girl at TILLYS.
Yeah, for sure, respect.
Yeah, because like I don't know, I try and keep it professional. I'm there to do my job. I'm there to help you find the clothes you want. I'm not here to start anything. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think some girls kind of take it the wrong way sometimes. Like you go and say hi to somebody, and they think that you're flirting with them.
Yeah,
like, I'm trying to do my job.
It's like
and
I'm literally just talking, like just trying to start conversation.
And then there are the other girls that you say hi, whatever, and they like want to like flirt immediately because that's like all they know.
Yeah.
And so it's just like all that, and it's just kind of like sometimes it's weird working at TILLYS, but then you got the cool people that come in and chill. They just kind of buy their stuff and leave. And you're like, you know what? That's
sick. Like that's
a cool guy.
Thanks for doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but like they're just like some people just take it to the extreme level.
Have you ever had a dangerous experience at TILLYS yet?
Yeah, I have actually. It was crazy. There was honestly, thinking about it now, this is probably the craziest experience.
Okay, I'm ready for it, dude. These are like literally, I love storytelling on the podcast,
dude, like
because like all these are like real life experience and like happens to you in real life. So like it's really fun to like have someone narrate like their life, and it's just amazing. Okay, sorry, I'm blabbering.
All right,
go on.
So here we go. So it starts off. It was maybe like 5, 6-ish.
Okay.
Sun's kind of going down. You can see the sunset. You see this dude walk in. This dude he's like a tall white guy, ton of tattoos. He looks like he's some like alcoholic, druggy type guy. He walks in. All his clothes are really dirty, so he looks kind of homeless too.
In a way.
And it's one of the homies. He gets all the stuff from him, and I'm at the cash register, and he comes up, and he's acting like super sus, and I'm like, this guy's really weird. I kind of got a bad vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how's it going, man? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. And I'm like, I was like, you're a rewards member with us? He's like, yeah, I am. I'm like, all right, what's your email? He's like, I don't have an email. I'm like, you got a phone number? He's like, no. I'm like, well, that's the only way we can do rewards. He's like, no, I don't have rewards. I'm like, all right, whatever. I ring all this stuff up except like a flannel and a shirt that I didn't see. He kind of put it all the way to the side, but I didn't know it was
he was buying stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And next thing I know, I see this cop running. And the cop is kind of like, he jogs and he's like looking around everywhere. And this dude is on the counter and he like leans over like really, really
to like
weird.
hide his face?
To hide his face. And he's like, hey, can you hurry it up a bit? I'm like, sure. He's like, also, do you have a back exit I can use? And we do, but I'm not allowed to let anybody back there. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm sorry. Yeah. And he reaches in his pocket, pulls out a little white bag filled with like white powder, and he puts it in his mouth. And he's like just like leaned over. And this was like really weird. He's like, can you like hurry up, please? And I'm like, yeah, like here,
I'm
like
try,
like
relax.
I'm like shaking because like I don't know what's going on. Like the cop,
I would flip.
The cop like runs around and he like misses this dude completely and just runs out.
Dude, cops are so dumb sometimes.
I know, they're like, come on, like he's right here. Like the dude was like, it was hard to miss too.
Yeah.
And so he's like, there's no bathroom in here I can use. I was like, no, man. I'm not like, no, there's nothing here. Like we do have them. We've got the back exit in the restroom, but we're not allowed to let people use it. Them, And so I ring him up. He's like, did you get the shirt and the flannel that's over there? I'm like, nah, man. He's like, don't worry about it. And he takes the white bag out of his mouth and he puts it in his pocket and he sprints out. And then I like call my manager. I'm like, yo, dude, like this thing just kind of happened. This guy came in, bought some stuff, but he was acting super sus. And the police guy came up. He looks like a drug dealer or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, we're going to call security. So they call security. And next thing you know, I like walk outside and there are cop cars everywhere.
Jeez.
There's like helicopters circling the place. And a security car comes in. He's like, right now, if you see this guy, he's wearing this kind of clothes. And I'm like, yeah, I rang that guy up. He's like, he's an armed drug dealer. He has a couple guns on him. He's dangerous. You guys need to not let him in. You guys need to stay inside at all times. And I'm like, geez Louise. Dude. I just rang this guy up. He was right in front of my face. And the manager and the guy, the security guard comes up. He's like, so did he say anything to you? And the manager was right there. He's like, he asked if we had a back entrance. And then he's like, okay, cool. And the security guard and police guys run outside. And I'm like, dude, this guy's armed. I just rang him up.
Exactly.
And then he's like, what was he trying to take you to the back for? Like, was he trying to just leave or was he trying to
like shoot
me or something like that? And I was like, I started freaking out because like, dude, like even though it had passed, it was still kind of like you still got the adrenaline.
Happened.
The adrenaline hit super late because I didn't know what was going on in the moment.
Yeah.
But as soon as you find out this dude's armed, you're like, oh my gosh, I could have just died.
Like that scenario just happened.
Yeah, and the cop cars were around for half an hour and they're like, what did he buy? I was like, he bought sweats and a t-shirt and then he wanted a flannel. They're like, okay, so what color were the sweats? I'm like, black. They're like, what color t-shirt? I'm like, blue. And they're like, all right, yeah, we got him. And he bought the change of clothes so that the cops wouldn't find him.
See him.
It was crazy, and I was like, dude, that is the craziest thing that has ever happened.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I was like,
what
dude,
a story, dude.
Almost like I could have died, not almost, but like I could have.
Yeah, that could.
Like if I would have said the wrong thing to this guy,
yeah,
like,
or took him to the back or something, dude.
It would have been crazy. Who knows? I may not be here
on the podcast,
dude.
It would have to be somebody else for podcast numbers. That would have been horrible.
You would have had Sean Mangan.
Oh, again? Oh, that would have been. Oh, that would have been so bad. So you're going to college, correct?
I'm gonna go to Miracosta. Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Where is that?
So it's like there's two campuses. There's one in Oceanside and San Alejo.
Okay.
San Alejo is super close for me. It's like a 20-minute drive at most, but I'm not about to do the hour drive to Oceanside, especially in the morning.
Yeah, I'm heading to Oceanside this Friday for a college visit.
Yeah, what college?
CBU.
Okay.
Cal Baptist.
Yeah.
I think Cal Baptist is up there. I'm going with the family, so I'm excited for that. But you're going to college. What are you studying? Do you know yet?
So I'm gonna. My major is gonna be business administration and entrepreneurship.
Ooh,
and so my plan is to go to Miracosta for 2 years, get all my G's done.
Yep.
And then my dad went to USC, so I'm just trying to build the legacy.
Oh yeah, 2 years and then move 2 years to USC.
Go to USC and
USC is a really good school.
I'm excited, man, and it's I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be out of my comfort zone because I kind of been I've been to like every school. I've been to public school, private school, Catholic school, homeschool. I've literally done it all.
Yeah.
But I've been so used to private school the last 4 years that like if I go there, it's a huge party school.
Yeah, bro,
and like
you just gotta stay on track. And
I know. I just gotta stay focused. But I'm stoked, man. Just to.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be a fun experience for sure.
I'm excited.
That's crazy. Are you doing? Are you staying on the campus? Oh, wait, you said you were traveling, right? You were doing from home. Sorry,
yeah. So I live at home, live there with my parents.
Of course,
for a couple years.
I mean, you got free food. What can you ask? I'm hoping to stay with my parents through college. That'd be sick. Yeah.
And then take the drive up to San Alejo a couple times a week, but it's gonna be tough though, dude. 17 units, that's a lot.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, we recommend like 12, 13 for a freshman.
Yeah.
I was like, but my dad was like, you can't stay in my house unless you take 17 or more. I'm like,
dude,
I'm gonna take the minimum 17.
Yeah, just do like the normal credits you gotta do, and then if you ever like drop out, there's a few like summer credits, or like if you ever like fail out of them, like you can do like summer classes that are like 9 weeks long. So like that's the one thing I do like about college is how flexible it is for sure. But dude, that's crazy. That's exciting for sure.
It'll be fun.
Dude, that's pretty much it for the podcast. That's wrapping up the time that we have here. Let's go over our sponsors real quick. We're sponsored by Good Vibes Media, which does nothing, but we put it in there anyways. And we're sponsored by Locked and Tight, which is a clothing company founded in San Diego by our lovely friend Noah Stone. If you guys want to check it out, link's going to be in the description. I always like to finish these off with you kind of telling people an inspirational quote or something that's been on your mind all week, or just something that you want people to like remember and like know about. That's just something valuable to their lives. Something short, or it can be long. It's up to you.
I'm trying to think. Oh man, okay, I have a good one. So I went to youth group this past week, and one thing that we were talking about was just like not doing life alone, man. And that's something that I feel is the biggest part. You can't do life alone. Life is meant to be done with people.
That's so true.
So I feel like build up a good group of friends, and hang out with people, try new things. And I feel like, I don't know, if you're hurting, you're alone, dude, your friends are gonna have your back through it all. So don't do life alone, man. That's the kind of thing I've been learning. I've been kind of doing it for like the past couple of weeks. I've been hanging out with friends. I've gone through some stuff recently, but dude, I feel good. I've had the best 2 weeks of my life. Man. So
let's go.
I'm stoked, man.
Dude, that's one of the best advice I've ever heard, dude. Don't live life alone. That's facts.
Life is meant to be done with people.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, man.
I appreciate it so much. And we will see you guys next week. Peace out.